Hi, You Can Heal family. We are here for Tuck-In Time, and it's been a minute since I have tucked you in, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to read today and have you grow. We have been learning in chapter 11 of T.D.Jake's book Destiny about the importance of having a mentor or a sponsor, someone who can show the way and lead you towards what God has called you to become, to be, because He thought of you before the beginning of time. And every time I say that, it really does blow my mind. Like, He created you with a specific purpose and a job to do here on this earth, to be His hands and feet. And this book that T.D.Jake wrote will help you toward that destiny. I know that it has helped me. I still have so much further to grow and more to learn and to discover, but surely I know I'm headed in the right direction, and I'm sure you are too if you're tuning in and listening to this Tuck-In Time with T.D.Jake. So we'll get started, but just know that I've been reading the whole book. If this is your first time listening, I am Shena. My goodness, my name is Shena Major, and I'm a life coach, and I help people heal from relationships that have been unhealthy. I've been in them my whole life until I started on my healing journey about 7 years ago, wanting to discover why I kept making the same decisions and choices. And today, I can say that every relationship I have is a healthy one. And I've learned really hard how to keep boundaries and stick to them, and that's been really, really the key for me. So here I am rambling already, and you might have just met me for the first time today. So this is what we do. I'm tucking you in. I'm reading the book. So go ahead and support T.D.Jake's with a prayer or like a video. But as I'm reading, I'm also commenting and sharing my thoughts with you, and just wanting us to have this time together to grow and to learn. So if you like that, and after you listen today and you found some value in what I'm reading and what I'm sharing, go ahead. Don't be stingy. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and the notification. Why not, right? Just do all three. Just get brave. Get a little bold and courageous, and go ahead and hit those buttons. Oh my goodness. All right, You Can Heal family, let's begin. Remember, this is chapter 11. Take the tour is the next section. Most visitors want a tour guide when traveling in a foreign country. Tourists often secure the services of someone who is familiar with the territory beyond the sightseeing attractions. This is particularly true when a visitor doesn't want to spend precious vacation days guessing what sites are available and stumbling along paths of confusion and perhaps even danger. They want to go directly to the historical places or the important spots of interest so that the trip is maximized. No one would want to fly all the way to Egypt, get off the plane, and look around wondering which way are the pyramids. So why would you or I get the wonderful opportunity to gain access to destiny's next level only to stare aimlessly wondering, which way do I go? Oh, hold on, my blue sticky note has stuck on the page. A good mentor is like a tour guide who shows you the sights you've maybe heard about but have never seen before. You can take yourself to the common, well-traveled places. You want someone to take you where most others never get to go. I like to say that mentor should be spelled mentor, because it is an unbelievable blessing to have someone open doors and tour you around what's next. I was in Kyiv, the capital city of the Ukraine, a few years ago. It was so exciting to be in a part of the world where I had never been. A group of us secured a tour guide who enhanced our travel experience by showing us far more than most tourists get to see. Real tour guides take you beyond the tourist sites that are designed to impress you and look good. The best ones lead you through an immersive experience into the culture and cuisine of the locals. Finding the right guide gives you an opportunity to partake of the organic experience and not the synthetic experience that most foreigners mistake for the culture of the country. Your mentor should know the lay of the land that you are seeking. For example, it would be hard for someone who's never raised a child to give parenting advice. A person who has never held a job cannot tell you how to make your way up the corporate ranks. When you want sound advice on financial investments, you probably don't want to consult someone who has always survived on public assistance. Finally, recognize that someone to whom you will not be accountable cannot mentor you. Imagine the impossibility of a mentor relationship with someone whom you will not share the full realities of your struggles and success. That would be a frustrating experience for both the mentor and the mentee. Accountability requires transparency. Therefore, you have to establish a level of trust with your mentor that will allow you the vulnerability of exposing your deficiencies and insecurities. Most people wear their accomplishments as a camouflage to hide their inadequacies. Mentors get to look behind the facade to help you fill in the blanks that are masked from public view. They need to know how the job is affecting you emotionally. They need access to information about the areas at home that are in crisis because of your accomplishments. If you keep up a wall with your mentor, he or she will never be able to penetrate your mind to address the real challenges you face. You will probably gain a few helpful tips, but you won't reap the benefits of someone walking alongside you on your destiny journey. Oh, let me get some water. My goodness. Now, this section that I just read really is speaking to me because I think about, when I start these videos or when I remember to say my name and I'm a life coach, for me, it's like more than that. It's kind of like what this book is saying. You don't want to get up under someone or be mentored by someone who hasn't gone through whatever it is you're experiencing. So when I decided to start, life coaching or to become that, right, to have that title, what I was really wanting was to help people who've been in situations that I've been that are stuck there and can't seem to get their way out. And I've been through so much. And, that's just my heart. Like, I don't know if you've been in situations where, hands have been put on you and you've been called names and, you've been taken advantage of physically in every way possible. That's me, right? And my heart is to be able to help lead and guide people so that they learn to love who they are. And how do you do that? By knowing God and loving Him, because He is love. And then you realize just how valuable you are, and your confidence will build. And then you'll recognize, hey, you can't treat me like that anymore. I'm not going to allow it. And now I'm just kind of talking out loud and reflecting on my journey. And it's not so much about booking a call with me. It's just let me, when I do make a video, be vulnerable and open, because that's what the book was just saying. Like, it's a two-way street. Because if I'm not sharing and open, you'll never trust me and you'll never want to work with me. But even beyond that, hopefully God is showing me through reading on YouTube that when I do stop and comment and pause and think about things, that is me serving, that is me coaching, and that is me wanting to be helpful and wanting, hopefully, for you to hear something during the 20 minutes or 40 or 10 minutes, however long the video is, that you've taken your time to listen, that hopefully you can get a little more insight and grow a little stronger and get a little braver a little more courage and a little more confidence, right? Because life is something else, but God is good and He loves us and He's got a great plan. And I always say, peace and calm is my thing, and I've been on that kick for a minute. And I'm finding that, and I'm growing every day and learning. So the first few paragraphs of this section really spoke to me. So you get to listen to my thoughts as I'm recording this. Oh my goodness. God is so good, You Can Heal Family. You must know that. He can take you out of any situation if you want Him to. If you want the help, go to God first, and then if you feel moved to get a life coach or a counselor or a therapist, go for it, Save your money if you don't have insurance. And, I've got this event coming up November 5th, and I tell you, I still have to advertise it, but it's going to happen. Oh my gosh, but it's a free event in my area. I'm going to be doing a life coaching group workshop and just going through some exercises and having a small group session with some women. And I'm already believing that they're going to show up. It fits 12 people, so I know the Lord's going to be faithful. Even if one came, I would be so thrilled with that, right? Because there's so much that we need to share in order to grow. And when we don't share and process and talk out loud, it stays stuck inside of us. That's what I've learned over the last 7 years. Like, the more I share and the more I'm open and honest with myself, that things get better. All right, let me keep going. Most of us can excel in one or two areas of life with little assistance. Mentors will help you develop a 360-degree range of success. That doesn't mean every area of your life will run smoothly at all times. Most of us are dealing with some level of trouble or challenge at any point in our lives. We all need someone we trust to serve as a check and balance to help us live the full life we desire. Mentors ask you the hard questions. When you're soaring high from career advancement, your mentor will inquire about the other plates you're juggling. It's wonderful to have a great career, but if your marriage is falling apart because of it, the success may come at a higher price than you want to pay. You've got lots of money in the bank now, but your mentor will ask you how you're aspiring your kids to have their own goals and dreams apart from your accomplishments. Not all mentoring is the same. Some is designed to help you maximize where you are. This kind comes when one hasn't exhausted the potential of current opportunity. To be sure, mentoring cannot claim to vest the recipient with the opportunity or the skill set necessary to reach destiny. But it can help you better utilize what you possess to reach your fullest potential. Though this type of mentoring doesn't create new opportunities, it does give you a different look at how to better manage where you are. Much like a stylist who comes in your closet and shows you original ways to present your wardrobe. People who are gifted can draw new opportunities out of old apparel. Oh, that's real good. What something you miss, someone else, like a life coach or counselor, can see that you can't, My God, I would love to have a stylist. My mother's just turned 74 and she dresses better than me, I tell you. Some people just have a knack for putting pieces together and looking fabulous all the time. I didn't get that gift, and I'm okay with that, but I'm trusting too that, I don't know. Let me not go off on that wardrobe tangent. Let's not go off on that. Let's keep reading. The clothes aren't new, but they can appear so when they are presented correctly. Or people who help families in crisis mentor them with novel ways to navigate the family through past perils. In most instances, the opportunities may not be new, but the perspective must be fresh, or the mentoring is a gross waste of time. Mentoring at its best affords you the insight that affirm the skills and acumen you need to evolve into next level thinking. But if you have exhausted your opportunities and feel anxious to graduate into the life you desire, Mentoring often gives you the tour guide view of how to revolutionize your thinking as you evolve in your experiences. That's so true. It's all about the thinking. If our thinking doesn't change, we're going to stay stuck. I had to change my thinking, and even what was I going to say? Well, two thoughts came in my head. One, the video I recorded yesterday when I was driving, that I really am just going to be vulnerable and post it. And when we have these negative thoughts come in our head, and we don't have the tools of how to cast them down, you will stay stuck and you won't grow, and you'll stay in relationships that aren't healthy. And I stayed there so long. My goodness. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. All right, now I lost my place because I didn't mark it. This is what I do. I get to thinking, and sometimes when I stop reading and I'm thinking, I'll look away or close my eyes as I'm talking. And then I go back, and if I don't intentionally let myself know where I stopped, I won't remember. So hold on. Let's just start here. But if you have exhausted your opportunities and feel anxious to graduate, into the life you desire, mentoring often gives you the tour guide view of how to revolutionize your thinking as you evolve in your experiences. Okay, I read that. What's really wonderful is that most people who seek mentoring are ready to be exposed to new sociological constructs, and are anxious to shift their efforts from where they have been before to where they want to go. That's so true. You've got to be ready. You've got to be ready. Someone can tell you something, like some things my mom said to me like 15, 20 years ago if I would have listened, but it wasn't my time, I have to say. I have to give myself a little bit of room to say I wasn't ready for the lesson. So now I can hear some things so clearly, and it makes perfect sense today. But when you're caught up in things, it's hard. It's hard to hear the truth, There's a vast difference between teaching a person to understand with skills and facts versus mentoring, which helps them adapt to the entire process of when to use what and how. Many people leave college thinking, I have a degree and I'm ready. Yes, the degree has given you the tools, but mentoring shows you how to best use those tools and prepares you to work what you know in the environment where you must perform. In years past, we had apprenticeships. They were basically mentoring as OJT, on the job training. It prepared a mechanic, a plumber, or an accountant to adapt to the unexpected circumstances of construction. Yes, you may know how to solder or solder the pipe, but you didn't expect it to be right beside an electrical line. Mentoring helps you achieve in new environments an expected end. A good mentor will let you explore the territory from a holistic perspective, unlike teaching laboratories, which are controlled environments. This is so true with life coaching, where people who've been in abusive relationships like myself, and all these unhealthy, really tough, difficult things, because you can read books and you can listen to YouTube videos and go to seminars and trainings and get a lot of good information and knowledge, but it's that daily having someone walk with you, when you're caught off guard, when that thought comes in your head. And that's where life coaching comes in, when you've got that person, like that encouragement, someone to encourage you along the way and say, hey, I know what that's like, I've been there, I've had that thought too, and this is how I handled it. But just having someone to share life with you for a good chunk of time, to build up that confidence for just tough decisions that you'll have to make. I thank God for the sponsor I had and my mentor. I really do. I really do. There's a lot of phone calls, a lot of conversations that if I didn't have, God works all things for good. But I guess what I'm trying to say is it's good to have someone you can share your heart with at times that are that are really needed. Where going to a book won't help, right? You need a person sometimes. All right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, my mother would say. You can head off many issues if you are accountable to someone. Everyone needs a trusted advisor to serve as a guide on the path to destiny. A few creatures in the animal kingdom have the gift of 360-degree sight, but human beings are not among those species. You can't be aware of your frontal, rear, and peripheral vision simultaneously. We all need someone who has our back, who can be our backup eyes and ears in the places we may miss. A destiny-oriented person is always looking ahead, focusing on the next leg of the journey. Be sure you have others you trust helping you look out for your sides and your back. Just like many newer model vehicles have warning lights in the side view mirrors to let you know a car is in your peripheral view, your mentor cautions you to be mindful of what you cannot see. Take your mentor into the places in your life where you are under attack. You can figure out a safe passage together that you couldn't do alone. From finances to family, mentors help you balance the budget of life. Get some water. That was really good. I love the end. Where the mentor, take your mentor into the places in your life where you're under attack. And that's so true, because as you're going along on your healing journey, things come up, things happen, and like just having that person who you can count on, who you absolutely trust, who's going to keep the things you say, between the two of you is so huge. Everybody needs that one person they can share their heart with and not feel judged by it, and it just means so much. It just means so much. Yeah. All right, You Can Heal family. I think we're going to stop there. Let me see. Oh, there's just like a page and a half. I'm going to go ahead and finish, but my daughter does have a volleyball game, and her birthday's tomorrow. My daughter's turning 17, and I needed to stop at the store first, but I'm going to go ahead and finish up our chapter, and then, all right, so let me just do that. But I really did like the end of this last section, just having someone to do life together, a safe passage together. Because sometimes, everybody needs someone. I think that's what, God said, have fellowship one with another. He doesn't want us to do life alone. He doesn't. All right, the last section of this chapter says, choose your mentors a la carte. If your life is as complex as mine, you may realize that mentors don't always come as one-stop shopping. It is possible to have different people from whom you receive mentoring. You can have one person who mentors you financially while another mentors you spiritually. The most happily married couple may be living on minimum wage salaries while your investment banker may be on the brink of divorce. Talk to a happy couple about marriage and talk to the investment banker about money. We are multifaceted human beings. We are emotional, spiritual, sensual, relational, physiological, intellectual beings. While many mentors can span a wide range of needs, not all are suited to bring value to every area of your life. The person who excels at business may be a great professional resource, but may not be the best person to give you guidance on weight loss and healthy eating. Your mentor may not appear to be the person for you, but remain open to whom God sends. You may be seeking a mentor who affirms everything you do, but God may send you someone who is more critical of your actions and decisions. If you're middle-aged, your mentor may be someone younger. Don't close your mind to the possibilities of who can offer you guidance. You may need a younger mentor to help your business opportunities grow through social media. Perhaps the 30-something self-made millionaire can coach you in developing your retirement portfolio for a more comfortable life when you stop working. Mentoring may be the booster shot you need if you feel your life is lagging in certain critical areas. A strong relationship will cause you to redeem the time you may have lost trying to find your own way. A mentor can make the difference between success and failure. In church, we refer to this relationship dynamic as discipleship. The root word of discipleship is where we get its related word, discipline. Now that's good. Without it, most people never achieve their goals because destiny requires one to have the capacity for control. As you develop the ability to regulate yourself, you will wisely use time. Order always increases productivity. Yes, it is difficult to discipline yourself, hence the accountability of mentors. And you can help family. This is so true about discipline. I have been really working hard to get to bed on time at night, and it comes with a sacrifice, and trying to, post the videos and the playlists that I have requires discipline as well. And I think discipline is the key to success. Absolutely is. And it's interesting, the root word of discipleship is where discipline comes from. And, that's what Jesus was like. He made disciples out of men. And I think just following and staying close to the Lord is what's really helped me to heal and to grow. And now, reaching for other areas in my life where I want to become better and heal and grow. And, a shout out to the Debt Demolisher. If you don't know who she is, she's got a channel, and her YouTube channel is on finances and, understanding your debt and credit score and things like that, and just managing your money. And I found it to be a blessing to me. So even though I don't meet with her in person, but just having that type of virtual mentor has been really helpful to me. So, we all there's always areas in our lives where we need to get better, and why not go to someone who's had success? It just makes perfect sense. But discipline is everything. Discipline, and for me, it's like going to bed on time is my thing right now, and trying to master that. If you want to know. If you want to know. All right, let me keep going. As you take the steps necessary to enhance your ever so brief stay on this planet, you will want to develop self-mastery. Shed the indifference of failure for the drive for achievers. You will learn how early to rise, with whom you and where to invest time, what to ignore, and what to engage. This is a fabulous time in your life to catch up and overtake what God has in store for you. Middle-aged and older persons can begin to feel life holds no further opportunities. If it hasn't happened by now, it won't happen. You don't have the luxury of indulging in such limited thinking. Never forget that Harold Sanders was 65 years old when he sought to franchise his now famous chicken recipe as Kentucky Fried Chicken. Actor Morgan Freeman has been acting on stage, on television, and in films for most of his life, but he did not achieve renown as an actor until he was in his 50s, when he earned critical acclaim for his role in Driving Miss Daisy and Glory. Destiny has her own timeline, and just because you haven't gotten there yet doesn't mean that you won't. I tell myself that all the time, Shena, just keep going. Just keep going. And I'll tell that to you too. If you're under the sound of my voice, just keep going. Just keep going. Keep doing something every day to move you closer, and trusting God. A younger mentor may energize and remind you of what you still have to offer. An older mentor can serve as living proof that what you desire can happen for you too. Yes, there is someone willing to mentor you no matter what age you are, no matter what your age. Destiny is a journey made of a series of stops rather than a single destination. So this is our last paragraph. As you engage in your life's calling, you will evolve, grow, and make turns and shifts. Your destiny journey includes legacy. God calls you to a task to make life better, and the work you do should have an impact long after you have stepped away. So make your connection with a fellow traveler who is successfully maneuvering the heavy, fast-moving traffic and allow them to guide you to places you have never been and reveal sights you have never seen. Life is exciting, so enjoy the journey. You aren't on the road alone. Whether you are moving too fast and feel like you're about to crash, chugging along slowly while everyone zooms by, or parked in the rest station because you're out of gas, there's someone willing to help you. Let God use your mentor to help guide you to destiny. Well, my goodness, You Can Heal family, that concludes chapter 11. And I just have to trust the Lord that with this channel, if you're tuning in and listening to me, that you feel comfortable. I want you to feel like you're getting to know me, and we're on this healing journey together, growing. Don't hesitate to leave me a comment. Don't hesitate to ask me a question. Don't hesitate to check out my website. I have on there a self-love workbook if anybody's struggling with not loving themselves. I struggled with that for years. And, there's a little free quick guide on there to healing as well that you can download at no charge to you. So, let's just keep staying in the race, right? Let's keep fighting the good fight. Let's keep growing and reading and listening and learning together, trusting God. That everything's all right. Everything is okay. Everything's okay. I love You Can Heal family. I really do. I'm going to get going. I've got to pick up a couple things from the store before I get to the volleyball game, and I've got to pick Brent up from gymnastics on the way. So I thank you so much for tuning in and having time together. Always, always remember that true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and He lives on the inside of you. We'll talk soon. Bye.